This just might be the best chicken sandwich you've ever had. Let me tell you why. Now the first step of this recipe is making the marinade. It's gonna be a buttermilk based marinade. If you don't have buttermilk, you can use sour cream and milk. Mix that together in a container, it works just fine. Then I'm gonna use a hot sauce of choice here, Frank's Red Hot, but any hot sauce will do. This is the classic way to do it for Nashville hot. Toss in the whole bottle with a pinch of kosher salt to taste, and then give it a little mixy mix, and there we go. This is my chicken marinade. I'm gonna take my chicken, typically it's chicken breast, but I prefer the chicken thigh. So from the chicken leg quarter, I'm just gonna remove the thigh, and then I'm gonna keep the skin on this thigh because it's flavor, it's delicious. We then submerge the chicken fully in the marinade and then cover it with plastic tightly, toss it in the fridge and let it sit, preferably overnight. For the chicken fried dredge, it's flour plus cornstarch. If you didn't know, cornstarch makes it extra crisp. Paprika, celery seed, cayenne pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and then a pinch of kosher salt and black pepper. This has been one of my go-to chicken fried dredges for quite a while. Use it on anything. Once your dredge is made and set aside, pull your chicken out of the marinade, toss it into the dredge, change hands to a dry hand, and then what we want to do is squeeze it into the dredge. Very important to squeeze it into the dredge to get that nice crispy texture. For comparison, here's the one I squeezed into the dredge. Look at all of those crevices. Crevices equal crispiness. Compared to this one, not squeezed, nice and smooth, not crispy. What's the best oil to use for frying chicken? I'm gonna say peanut oil, pure peanut oil. I prefer to use neutral oils for frying, as well as having a high smoke point is very important for this. Set this to about 350 degrees Fahrenheit for the chicken. And then I always recommend not overcrowding your pot of oil because that's gonna lower the oil's temp too fast and that's gonna equal soggy chicken. Now while that chicken is frying to a cool 165 degrees internal, let me show you how to make a Brussels coleslaw to go along with it. Just look at these giant Brussels sprouts, perfect for this. I'm gonna chop it up nice and thin like I would cabbage. Then I'm gonna chop up some carrots to go along with it, just julienning them nice and thin. And then into a bowl, some Dijon mustard followed by apple cider vinegar, Kewpie mayo, pepper, salt, and then mix that up. Don't forget to taste it before adding in your stuff. Give it a little mixy mix, and there we go. We have a beautiful looking coleslaw for the sandwich. Now back to the chicken. Oh, our beautiful chicken. It should be 165 degrees internal temp. Crispy on the outside, beautiful on the inside, just like your mom. Now Matt, what about all this hot oil? I'll show you what to do with it in the next video, but for now, go ahead and smash that like button and then toss in a ladle of that hot oil to a bowl with our Nashville hot recipe in the description. And then we want to make sure the oil is still hot as well. Before we give this a mix, it has to dissolve all that sugar and all that spice. Give it a whisk, and there we go. Go ahead and take your Nashville hot sauce and drown your fried chicken in that beautiful deliciousness. Nashville hot fried chicken. For my bread, I'm using Japanese bread. It's beautiful, fluffy white bread, perfect for this sandwich. Kind of prefer it over brioche for this recipe, to be honest. Give it a little toast on some butter until it's GBD. And there we go. There's the toast for the sandwich. Cut your chicken in half just so it sits well. Then we top it with the coleslaw and just look at this delicious sandwich. It's so good. Drop a comment down below on what I should do next so I could do some more voiceovers. See you next Tuesday. Today, I'm gonna go over how I made this knuckle torta. We're gonna make a knuckle sandwich. Knuckle sandwich. For the knuckle sandwich, we're going to be using, bend over, Michael, beef knuckles. And we didn't realize that it was sliced, so. Oh, I see. It's fine, it's just gonna cook faster. Then onto the sauce. Started off with some sliced onions. The most important part of our sauce is the chile guajillo. So we want to take the stem off and remove the seeds. So the chile guajillo needs to be reconstituted. I just heat it up on the stovetop till it's nice, soft, and malleable like this. Once it's soft and malleable, we put it into a container, cover it with some hot water, and just let it sit. Then we toss in the garlic, all the spices that you see here, followed by our chile guajillo, minus the water. And then I used rice vinegar, and then a hefty amount of salt to taste. And then I used rice oil, or any neutral oil is good. Blend it up until smooth, until you have a beautiful, silky smooth sauce like this for your marinade. I seared off the meat on my flat top just to get some color on each side. Since it's already pre-sliced, I don't have to sear it off that long. Toss that into my Instapot with the sauce and a bay leaf. I'm just gonna add in my chicken stock to the blender so I can get the rest of that marinade poured on out. And then it goes into the pressure cook for about 30 minutes. Start. If this meat was a little thicker, unsliced, I would probably do it for an hour or so just to get it nice and tender. After 40 minutes, it's finally done. We pull it out, we know it's done because it's super tender, fork tender. We just go ahead and toss it into another container. We shred it apart with our forks or with your hands, whatever you wanna do. Make sure to set aside that broth. It's kind of like a birria broth, but not. Set that aside, that's gonna be used for later with our sandwich. Now, we use bolillo bread. You can find it at your store. If not, go with like a hoagie or something like that. And then on the side, I went ahead and sprinkle on some shredded queso Oaxaca. I let that toast on the side, and then I put the bolillo bread right on top of that cheese. Once the cheesy crust gets a nice color, we flip our bolillo bread, top it with our meat, cilantro, and then some tapatio crema that I made. It's literally just crema plus tapatio mixed together. And then we close up our sandwich and call it a day. That's a torta. Knuckle torta. Okay, now remember that broth that you saved? Don't forget to dip it into that broth, also known as the consommé. Yeah. So what we're gonna be doing today is tomato soup with grilled cheese. That's a classic. I honestly didn't grow up with that.
I didn't much.
I think it's like an American thing. I didn't grow up with that, but I love it. It's really good. A little bit of olive oil, maybe a lot, just to cover the bottom, cover your bottom, and put them in. Put some salt in there. I've got some celery seed, red pepper flake. You know, it's like the stuff they get at the pizza joints. And then Aleppo pepper. If you don't have that, you can use Korean chili flake, which is really good too. Mediterranean oregano, not the Mexican stuff. It has a different flavor. And then for that, I just like to crush it up with my hands a little bit. So a little mix right there. That goes in. A little bit of black pepper. And now you see the onions are getting kind of translucent. I'm just gonna add a little bit of butter. Okay, now at this point, I've got my canned, whole peeled San Marzano tomatoes. You wanna look for the ones that say San Marzano on them. Pour those in. Just kind of stir it up to get all the bottom mixed up together with it. So like you can use cream, whatever. I'll just use half and half. I'm doing 2 cups. That's 2 cups right there, going in. 1 bay. Mix that up a little bit. Now we just need this to simmer on low heat, around 30 minutes or so, then we'll come back to it. See, we just got it simmering on low here, and we can season this to taste after we blend it. Okay, so it should be squishy. Okay, Pike Place Market, very well known for the elephant garlic. It seemed only fitting to do a video about elephant garlic since you guys really love the garlic confit video. There's the video right there, over 2.5 million views. Usually the elephant garlic is somewhere around there. I don't see it today. I'm trying to find some elephant garlic today.
Elephant garlic hasn't been available here at the market for a couple of years.
Okay. That throws a wrench in the video today. No, it's fine. I'll do regular. Yo, this is Kenji.
Hi.
He does really cool videos too. We just happened to stumble upon each other at the market. Still can't believe I found this parking space. Okay, got the garlic. The lady that used to sell elephant garlic to the market retired. I mean, you can't expect the lady to sell the garlic till she dies, right? So, kind of sad, I didn't realize this. But we still have some really nice garlic, it's totally fine, and I can show you how to do a confit on this. Okay, I've got my garlic. Now I'm gonna show you how I make it into squishy garlic, or I guess technically you would call it garlic confit. Typically I would recommend any neutral oil. I'm using rice oil. Okay, there's the garlic after 30-35 minutes. Beautiful. You like yours light or brown? You like yours light or brown?
Garlic?
Yeah.
That's a good color.
You like this color?
No.
like caramely.
Yeah.
This thing is so cool.